Hello. I feel like I've been doing so many lives since I got back from Kauai, but I just feel like they're absolutely imperative because I want to make sure that on the next trip to Costa Rica that we have over 50 of our friends, family members, team members on that trip with us because I want everyone to experience what we experienced in Kauai. I was just talking to Sherry McCants, and Sherry McCants was talking about, hey, how was it? And I said, the pictures don't even justify it. They were so beautiful, but the truth is it was a life-changing experience in Kauai. So I want you all there. So tonight we're talking about number 4. If you haven't been following, Scott typed it up for me. The Canaway, we often talk about the 10-step pattern to success. And Randy has created that. It's in our back office. It's on the app. You can print it out. If you haven't done that, you need to do that so that you know exactly that 10-step pattern to success. But as I said in the very first video, sometimes there's this gap between where you're at and then like this $1 million mindset. I mean, you don't just wake up one morning and have $1 million mindset in network marketing, especially if you've been a traditional employee for a lot of years, right? And so we talked about the belief actually in the company, the belief in the products, and then belief in network marketing was last night. And then tonight we're talking about belief in you. And I think this is the most important belief of all of the beliefs that you have. Because if you don't believe you, no one's going to believe you, right? And it's a belief in yourself and who you are and what you're capable of. And again, we printed out a little list of just 5 things that you can do to help you to increase your belief in yourself. And, for me, it's been a journey of personal development. I'm actually sitting next to one of my libraries. I have a library upstairs in my office. I have a library in my bedroom. I have 3 tubs of books, the largest tubs you can buy of books out in the garage. I am a voracious reader. I have committed my life to personal development, and part of that happened because of network marketing. Prior to network marketing, I didn't even know I liked to read, but readers are leaders, and so if you don't like to read, make sure you're listening. There's several things that you can get on podcasts now that are really awesome to listen to. So we're talking about belief in yourself tonight, and this is a powerful, powerful tool because people are going to listen to you speak, and within the first few minutes usually, they're going to decide whether or not they want to trust you. You guys know this, right? It's like the speed of trust. In fact, there's a book by Stephen Covey. If you haven't read it, it's called The Speed of Trust. Great book. But the truth is people are going to listen to your belief, and they're going to either latch on to your belief. Your greatest strength. It's funny, I drink hot tea a lot, and I always drink with motivational things on my things, whether it's scripture verses, but this says do epic things. I love it. It was actually a graduation cup, but I thought I'm keeping it because I like it because it says do epic things. But one of my tea bags read the other night, it said your belief is your greatest strength. And so let that sink in for a second. Your belief is your greatest strength. Whether it's your belief, like for mine, it's my belief in God, of course, but it's my belief in network marketing. It's my belief in Canaway. It's my belief in these products. They've changed our life. And it's my belief in myself. I believe I can do this business, and God has assigned this task to me, and it has been an awesome, awesome adventure. So let's get to the 5 steps that will help you. I love hot tea. Belief in yourself. So the first thing I encourage you guys to do, and some of these things maybe you're going to say, hey, Renita, that doesn't even relate to network marketing. I definitely recommend a daily devotional and working out. I just know working out makes you mentally tougher. Even if you have to go out and talk to people, you can endure the no's when somebody says no to you when you're mentally tougher. Your physical body's attached to your mind, right? And so we just disconnected to talk about it. So I strongly encourage all of you to work out every single day. It's a great thing to do. I do it. I just encourage people to do it. And then a daily devotional. Now, I have lots of devotionals. In fact, I was looking over here. I have Jesus Calling by Sarah Young sitting there. I mean, I have a slew. Grace Calling. I have couples devotionals. Lately I've been reading, one of my favorite guys is Tim Tebow. I love him. I follow him on Instagram, but he has this book called This Is Your Day, and he's just amazing. He said, our world is full of hurting people who just want someone to come alongside them. I'm like, bingo. Amen, Tim. Anyway, and so I encourage you guys to read something. How many tubs of books, Scott? Is it 10? I thought it was like 3 out there. I'm kind of addicted to reading. Like, I remember when I got a library card and you could check out 21 books at once, it got like overwhelming at our house for a while. But anyway, I mean, I had never gone to the library prior to being involved in network marketing. I didn't know I loved to learn like that. Anyway, daily devotional and working out is absolutely necessary. So if you're not working out, start. And start small. Start with walking, do something, do anything to strengthen your physical self. And then mentally, a daily devotional, spiritually, a daily devotional, and I honor whatever faith you guys are. My faith is in Jesus Christ. And so for me, I actually, I love the YouVersion Bible app. If you don't have it, download it. It's free. It's an app on your phone. It should be right next to your Canaway Connect app, right? Canaway Connect, YouVersion Bible app. And in that YouVersion Bible app, in fact, Jan just posted about how to be spiritually sound as a business leader. She just posted some devotional she's doing on that YouVersion Bible app. So you can do a variety of different types of things. In fact, Tim Tebow has a 7-day devotional. It's free that you do in there. It's this is your day. So anyway, that is number 1 is exercise and daily devotional. Number 2 is more specific. You have to determine why it is that you are doing this business. If you say, and what comes out of your mouth is exactly what's happening. So if you say, I don't care about the money, you don't care about the money. You probably will never grow a huge business. I'm just going to be honest. If you say, I care about the money and I want to build a business, well, usually your actions are going to align with that. And so the biggest thing I tell people to say is, there's several people on here watching right now. Maybe some of you make enough money. I talk to people all the time that say, I make enough money. I don't care about the money. Well, then I say to you, I challenge you and say, maybe it's not about you. Maybe it's about those 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 new team members that, that extra $6,000 a year will change their life. That extra $30,000 a year will change their life. Maybe this is not about you at all. Maybe this is about the person that is on your team that has been praying for a financial opportunity like this. Because again, we know the health works. I could talk the health for days because we know these products work. They're life changing for every single person that gets on them. I love that. I mean, we don't have to explain the product anymore. Here's how you believe in the product. Take it. Your belief is going to go up. Share it with some people around you. They'll notice it. And so determine your why, and not just determine your why, write it down. There's an old saying that says, if your why makes you cry, then you're going to do this business. And that's really true. If you have a rock solid why, and it's big and it's deep, you will know. It was interesting. I love Shark Tank. For those of you that don't know that, I love Shark Tank. Like, I'm crazy about it. And so I cried tonight twice at Shark Tank. That's how I am, because these entrepreneurs, because in the Bible it says celebrate with those who celebrate. I'm like, these people got the deal, and I was so excited for them. But one gal came in and she was completely stoic and she was very executive-like, and I didn't think any of them were going to do the deal. And then finally, because she still worked her full-time job, and finally they're like, why are you even doing this? You're like, it's a sideline gig, you're moonlighting, you're not even giving it your all. And all of a sudden, this really put together, she was put together in a suit. She just started weeping. And then they said, Lori said, why the tears? And she said, because I have to keep my day job because I support so many members of my family financially. So many members of my family, from my mom and dad to all of my siblings. She said, I'm the only one who made it. And she said, so I can't quit my day job because it supports all of those people. And she was just weeping. And she said, but this is not just my side hustle. This is my dream. I'm launching this business because of me. I wanted to do something for myself. And no one was going to give her the deal prior to those tears. But when she expressed her why, do you know what happened? Someone said, boom, here's the deal. And they hugged and she got the deal. It was incredible. And I thought, here she came in just with these business strategies, very stoic, what she wanted to happen. But it was only when they saw her heart, only when they really understood her why, did they want to do the deal with her. Because when your why is that deep, you'll get it done. You'll figure out a way. Sometimes if your why is not rooted and it's strong, and you say, I don't know, I'm going to do this for a little while, and then someone says, boo, and then you quit your business. Like, that happens a million times, because people, they don't really determine why it is that they want to do something. So I encourage you to write down your why. Maybe it's that you want to, hi Brian, hi Hope. Maybe it's that you want to help a lot of people. Maybe it's that you want to make a lot of money. You don't have to feel any guilt about either one of those. If your dream is to help a lot of people, let's go do it. If your goal is to make a lot of money, let's go do it. If you're saying, you know what, this is the most fun, exciting, passionate thing I've done in years, and it's changed the course of my health, and I wanted to help, whatever, a million other people, let's go. There's no condemnation for what your dreams and goals are. Maybe you say, I just want I want a better life. I want a better car. I want a better house. I would like to take a vacation with my family. All of that is great. Like, whatever your why. When you really have that rock solid why, though, I'm going to tell you what, when the going gets tough, if you read that why and reflect on that why, and sometimes I even encourage you guys to put your why on the bathroom mirror in red lipstick, baby. If you're a guy watching, borrow your wife's lipstick and put it in the bathroom mirror, and for a long time, I had all my goals on the bathroom mirror, and then I couldn't get ready. I had to use Scott's mirror. And so he's like, can you take the red lipstick off your mirror and like put it on a Post-it note or something? But I'm like, I want it big, right in front of me. Every time I look in my mirror, I want to be looking at my goals and my dreams, right? Because it's like a reprogramming of your mind is what happens. So number 2 is determine your why. Write it out and say it out loud as often as possible. If you're saying it out loud as often as possible, I want to help 1 million people make $1 million this year. I want to make $1 million and help 1 million people this year. Like, I am just saying that out loud again and again and again and again. And it's getting really comfortable for me, right? And so you want it to be comfortable for your why. And don't be embarrassed of it. Don't worry about what people are going to think about it. You know, if I tell you guys I want to make $1 million and you're like, that Renita, she's all about the money. Well, then you don't know my heart. But the truth is, I love people, but I love financial freedom as well. So there you go. And so be proud about what your why is. You know what I mean? And I posted that in the group the other day. You know, a while ago, I realized that no one's paying my bills. So I'm going to quit taking advice from anybody who has an opinion about me that's not paying my bills, right? So that's the truth. So that's determine your why. Number 3. This is really, really important for you, okay? So this is belief in yourself. Do you know what helps to increase belief? Knowledge. And so, and what knowledge is gained by like learning something, doing something. So, you know, people sometimes say, hey, is there a script I should read? Do you know that if you give somebody a script, they're not going to read the script, but just them holding it in their hand gives them confidence to like talk to somebody? How crazy is that? The truth is do you guys have your 2-minute like elevator speech? If someone said to you, what is it that you do for a living? What does that do? You know, many times I wear my CBD Save shirt, or it's on a hat or shirt, and I've signed up many people from wearing those types of things. You know, many consumers from wearing those types of things, because it's an endless conversation. People say, hey, what does that shirt mean? Or what does your hat mean? People at the gym, people in elevators. It happens all the time to me. And I say, yeah, I'm part of the end of the prohibition of cannabis, and we're helping a lot of people get well by nourishing their endocannabinoid system, and we're helping people to launch a global CBD, a global legal CBD business. And people are like, wow, that's interesting, you know? And so if you don't have that 2-minute speech or that couple sentences about what it is that you do, that by knowing very specifically what it is that you do, it'll actually increase your confidence. And so if you don't have that written down, you're like, well, I started with this company, it's called Canaway, and like there's this CBD, and like you're kind of stumbling over yourself. If you can say concretely, yeah, you know what, it's the end of the prohibition of cannabis. And it's very exciting because we're helping a lot of people nourish their endocannabinoid system with the best quality CBD on the planet. Plus, we're helping people launch a legal global CBD business. It's been very exciting. And when I say that, people are like, can I do what you're doing? Because my life isn't that much fun. So I encourage you guys to figure out your couple sentences. It's a 2-minute elevator speech. I said it to Scott, and it was funny because Scott is so awesome, and he's more of the behind the scenes guy. Many of you guys that are wanting questions about your back office or going to Scott, you're usually not going to me. I'm going to get better at that, though. I'm committing myself to getting better at the entire compensation plan so I can talk it like Randy. But the truth is like we were someplace, and Scott, I was listening to him talk, and I thought he needs to tighten that down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of like this. And so we got alone, and I said, honey, you know, you got to imagine that when you're talking to somebody about CBD, you have from floor 1 to floor 10 in that elevator to tell them what you do for a living and to captivate their phone number, to send them a link from the app, from the Canaway Connect app. And I said, it has to be tight. You know what I mean? And so I encourage you guys to write down that 2-minute speech, or I should say that 2-sentence, 3-sentence speech where people are like, oh, wow, like I'm interested in that. Like, yeah, I've heard about that. Like, you know, and you could even say something like, you could even, Expo marker works on the mirror. Okay, good job, Mary. Mary's telling us to use the Expo marker instead of the red lipstick. You could even say something when people say, hey, what is it that you do? Hey, it's the end of the prohibition of cannabis, and right now I'm helping a lot of people nourish their endocannabinoid system with CBD, the best quality CBD on the planet. Plus, we're helping people launch a legal global CBD business. Have you heard about the health benefits of CBD? Boom. See that? Now you draw them in. You draw them in, because now they're like, yeah, I saw something like on the morning show or something, right? Do you see how that works? So once you get confident, and I call it your 2-minute elevator speech, but you can call it whatever you want. But by you knowing that and memorizing that, do you guys know that it's going to increase your own belief? Because you're repeating it again and again and again and again in mind. And we are creatures of habit, and you have ruts in your mind. One of my favorite authors is Dr. Carolyn Leaf, and she talks about the neuropathy of the brain. She's got a love of CBD. I can't wait till she starts talking about CBD. She hasn't done it yet, but I'm convinced she will, because she knows so much about the brain. And she says that it takes 19 days to create new neuropathy, new trees of the brain. And she said, so a lot of times people get stuck in these ruts in their brain where they're just saying the same thing over and over. I can't do it. No one listens to me. This is so hard. I mean, if you're saying any of those things, you can relate, right? And she says, in order for that to change, you can't just say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be different. You have to do it again and 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 again until one day you're like, you know what? I'm part of the end of the prohibition of cannabis. I'm a pioneer in this movement, man. And your belief is there, and people listen to you because your belief is there. So it doesn't happen overnight, but I encourage you, write down that 2-minute elevator speech and start saying it out loud. Start saying it to your dog, start saying it to your cat, saying it to your husband. Say it to everybody just to practice it, because it increases your own belief. By telling your own story, whether it's about the health benefits or the fact that you made an extra $2,300 this month, it increases your own belief. Tell your story again and again. Your story is powerful. You guys got it? Okay. Grow. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4, I encourage you guys to increase belief in yourself. Again, it's a growth process. It's a lot of books. It's a lot of reprogramming of the mind. Find something positive to read. Find something positive to listen to. I love the Lord. I listen to sermons. I listen to all kinds of podcasts from different various motivational speakers. I just love that spirit of overcoming and becoming better and growing and prosperity and goodness and health and abundance. I just love all of those things. And so I find speakers that kind of talk about those things. And so I challenge you guys, however many books you'd like to read, but I challenge you to find 3 books and read them. You know what I mean? And one of them should be the one I've been talking about on all the webinars, The Business of the 21st Century. That should be a book that you guys all have in your reading list. That's going to increase your confidence actually in yourself and what you're talking about from a business standpoint, not just a product standpoint. Some of you watching are really great at selling product, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you're only selling product, you're probably never going to make six figures a year with this. You're just not. And maybe you're saying, Renita, that's okay. I don't want to make 6 figures. I just want to help people, and I just want to pay for my auto ship, my smart ship. Okay. Then that's totally your prerogative. It's what you want to happen, okay? For me, I want to make $1 million and help 1 million people because God told me a while back that I am to help a lot of people get well and get wealthy. So I'm true to that. And I'm like, that is my goal. And as a result, I have to align my actions according. So I can't just sell product anymore. In fact, I'm having a shifting going on right now with myself where I'm not just talking about the health because I know very few wealthy health practitioners, and I don't want to be a broke personal trainer or a broke nutrition coach or a person that's only talking about health, because the truth is if I'm making $1 million, I'm helping a lot more people than if I'm just helping 2. That's the truth. And God wants us to help everybody, right? The truth is do I want to help 1 or 1 million? I want to help 1 million. So Number 4, is grow by reading 3 new books. I encourage you to read The Business of the 21st Century and then choose some other books to read. A great book, it's in my library. I'm not going to pull it out right now, but it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you haven't read that book, it's a great book. Another great book is called 3 Feet from Gold. You know what I mean? They should write one called 3 Feet from Green, right? Because that's where we're at right now. But 3 Feet from Gold is another great book. And I'm reading Tim Tebow right now. This is my day. This is your day. I'm reading that book. Scott and I are really, I'm reading a book by Marianne Williamson. Some people think she's kind of new agey, but I think this book is awesome. It's called The Law of Divine Compensation. And can you tell it's being battered up because we're just looking at it and reading it constantly, Scott and I. And so I just love to read and take it in because I've realized this, a book and an idea can change your life. Sometimes if you're feeling stuck, you listen to a book, you listen to a new way of thinking, boom, your life shifts. You're like, oh my gosh, that book was exactly what I needed to read at this moment in my life. How many times has that happened for you guys? So that is number 4. Choose 3 books, any 3 books. Maybe it's about business, maybe it's about personal development, maybe it's about You're an Overcomer. There's so many great books in the marketplace. I should actually put out a list because there's some really great ones. My friend Annie, I'm not sure if Annie's on here, but when Annie first started, I told her, has she read the book called The Dream Giver? Have you guys read The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson? I encourage you guys all, if it's the first time you've ever been in network marketing and you're kind of moving out of your day job and people are like, are you nuts? You're doing a network marketing business? The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson is a great, great book. He also wrote The Fruit of the Vine, and there's several other ones, but The Dream Giver talks about a man named Ordinary who lived in the land of familiar, and one day Ordinary had a big dream. And he was unsatisfied sitting and watching the box. It said he was unsatisfied in his work and he wanted something more. And so he started marching toward his big dream. And all of a sudden the border bullies came. That was his mom, his best friend, and his uncle. And they said, Ordinary, you're ordinary. Go back to the land of familiar where you came from. It's secure there. And Ordinary's like, no, I'm chasing my big dream. And they're like, go back. You're never going to make it. People don't make it when they chase their big dream. And then all of a sudden, Ordinary looks into the distance, and a high school friend named Victory was in the distance, said, Ordinary, keep coming this way. You're moving the right direction. And so it's just a great book, and it's kind of an allegory about just about like moving out of that comfort zone, which is so difficult for so many people because you have people around you saying, what are you doing? Those network marketing companies, they don't work. I'm like, really? We've got a lot of people making a lot of money and making a huge difference. I think that it's working. Okay, so that is number 4. And number 5 is big. It's celebrate breakthroughs and victories. A big thing that you can do for belief in yourself is like, let's say that you don't exercise and tomorrow you decide to exercise. Celebrate that. Yes, I exercised. Let's say that you write down that 2-minute speech and you memorize it and you say it to someone and they're like, wow, that was good. Boom, celebrate that. Celebrate those victories because again, those are creating new brain patterns to believe in yourself, to know what you're doing is working. This is all a process. I've always said in network marketing, it's the best industry in the world because they actually pay you to do personal development. The more you develop yourself, the more money you're probably going to make. That's just the truth of it, right? And so I remember hearing that way back when. And now, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of books later, hundreds and hundreds of seminars later, I've listened to like some of the best speakers in the entire planet in person. Because of network marketing. I've been to some of the most incredible places all over the world because of network marketing. My belief is high in the industry, in Canaway, right? In these products, they've changed our family's life. And it's high in myself. But and my job is not just to say, oh, look at how great I am. My job is to say, you guys are great. How great are you? And do you realize that? And do you understand that God has just something amazing in store for you with all of this? And are you going to start believing it? And so, again, let's just review the 5 steps to belief in yourself. Daily devotional workout. I strongly encourage that. Again, YouVersion Bible app, whatever denomination you are. Just do something that's helping you to grow spiritually and emotionally. And then working out really helps you to develop that grit. And some people need a little bit more grit in their lives, I think. Number 2 is determine your why. Write it out and say it out loud and put it on your bathroom mirror, either with a marker or with lipstick or something, and start reading it. There was a time in my life where I had to reprogram my mind. I was raised in a not so great family where I was actually told, my dad was an alcoholic growing up and very verbally abusive, and I was actually told many times that I was no good and worthless. Many times he would tell us kids that we were worthless, and it was just his drunken state. And I love my dad, and I've forgiven him for all that. But the truth was, I had a lot of that as a child. So in my adult life, I had a lot of overcoming to do because a lot of those tapes were still stuck in my head, right? And so I remember when I first actually committed my life to the Lord, when I was 25, I had to literally reprogram my mind because I thought I was worthless. I thought I was nothing. And God said I was something. And he actually said that I was the apple of his eye and I was special and I could do all things. And I was, and I didn't believe that about myself. So I literally had Post-it notes, you guys, and I put it on my visor in my car. I put it in my mirror in my car. I put it in my pocket. I put it everywhere I'd look. I had Post-it notes that saying, you are a child of God. And because I didn't believe that at first, you know what I mean? Because I had so much bad programming. And I think all of us, you didn't even have to be raised in an abusive home to have bad programming. I think a lot of us just had bad programming, whether it's poverty thinking or negative thinking or, some people are cynical, whatever. And so the truth is like, it's all programming, but you can reprogram your mind, especially now that we have CBD. Take extra CBD and we're really reprogramming our mind because they say it promotes neurogenesis, which is like the growing of new brain cells, which is awesome. So imagine taking more CBD, growing more brain cells, and increasing those brain capacity while we're reforming these thought patterns that are positive and are going to lead us to great things. I mean, this is a win-win-win, right? So write it out, say it out loud. Number 3, get that 2-minute elevator speech down pat. Write it out and say it until you know it, you believe it. When you're talking to somebody, they believe it, they understand it. They're like, wow, that was good. You know, and again, mine goes something like this. When people say, hey, what is it that you do for a living? Hey, you know what? I'm taking a massive part in the end of the prohibition of cannabis. And I'm actually helping a lot of people nourish their endocannabinoid system with the highest quality CBD on the planet. In addition, I help people launch a legal global CBD business. Have you heard about CBD? Boom. See that? Slam dunk. So I covered both the health and the wealth there on that. So you guys could have whatever you want. I'm not saying you need to use mine. Use whatever feels right for you, but get confident in it, know it, have it down pat, because again, that increases your belief by you knowing that you have a script. When someone asks you, you're not like a deer in headlights and be like, yeah, what is it that I do, right? All right, and then number 4, I challenge you guys to read 3 books. And they don't have to be all at once, but I challenge you to read 3 books. Maybe you want to read a business book. You know, maybe you want to read, I don't know, you choose. There's so many great books out there. I could just literally go through my thing right here and just read one after another of titles of great books that I've read over the years. But The Business of the 21st Century, I think, should be one of your 3, because that's going to help increase your belief in the business. And number 5, celebrate those breakthroughs and those victories. When you get it right, when you overcome, when you do something that you've never done before, maybe you pick up the phone and call somebody. I remember my mom one time, she was at my house and she was going to call somebody about, about our company. And she said, Nita, can you come just stand by me? And I was like, what? And she's like, can you just come stand by me? And I was like, yeah. And so I just went I literally was on the other end of the table, you guys. So I got up, I walked down to the end of the table, and she goes, that makes me feel better when you're standing next to me. And I thought, it's so true that belief is contagious, because my belief was so high. And so at that point, she put it on speakerphone, and I had a sheet of paper, and I was helping her like to comment back and just help her to understand how those questions are and how you should answer them. But the truth is that belief is contagious. So are you being contagious with other people with your belief about CBD, about Canaway, about this business opportunity? You know, I think all of us can stand to do a little bit better about the opportunity side of things. I think that all of you watching are believers in CBD and our products, and probably have had an incredible life-changing experience. Many of you have shared that, so thank you. But the truth is, I think we need to increase our belief in the business standpoint if we're going to get out there and actually grow our teams and help more people and take the lid off the jar. You know what I'm saying? Some people are so just caught in stinking thinking in one way of doing things. And I one time listened to John Maxwell, and he said, if you're leading your team, he said, are you a lid on your team and people can't grow past you? He said, it's time to remove the lid so people can grow. And I thought that was such a good visual about how many of us live our lives. You know, we think, well, I should never, read a personal development book. I should be reading the Bible. You know, I should read the Bible and a personal development book, because I know a lot of really undeveloped Christians that need better financial health and better physical health and better belief systems, right? That's the truth. And so it's not just one facet. It's a combination of a lot of things that will help to increase your belief in yourself. But I do know that working out does give you some confidence. So hopefully you guys start that as soon as possible. So you guys got those 5 things? Hopefully that helps. Do you guys have any concerns or questions? I'd love for you to rock this. I see some of you are hopping on. We're so proud of our team. It's literally explosive growth. And like I said, when I was down in Kauai and I realized there's only 10 people in the entire company that are at an elevated rank than Scott and I, and we've only been at this 8-9 months, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, our team is going to crush this. And when I met some of those people that are from Europe, there was a lot of Europeans there, and they're like, we've never had this type of opportunity. Some of them had been with other networks, and they said, you know what, we never made this kind of money. It was never this easy. And I said, well, it's probably because the media is moving our message, and it's like a certain window of timing in history where you really want to work your tail off, right? Because we don't know if it's going to last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, but I tell you what, where that window of opportunity is, it's time to go for it. Don't say, well, I'm going to work that business when I get to it. Be careful. Opportunities are fleeting. I feel like in a lifetime, you might have 3 or 4 really awesome financial opportunities. So don't miss them, is what I'm saying. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys. I'm actually going to put this all together. So you're going to have belief in company, belief in products, belief in network marketing, and belief in yourself, all on my YouTube channel. It's going to be like a little playlist that you guys can listen to one after the other. But again, all of that is foundational. so that you go out and do the 10-step pattern for success. And that is super, super important. And again, if you guys haven't downloaded the Canaway Connect app, do that. Go there, watch the 10-step pattern. In fact, did you see what Randy, do you guys know what Randy's doing right now? It's his birthday tomorrow. And he asked that everybody go and listen again to the 10-step pattern for success. And he asked that everybody open their hearts and their pocketbooks, even if you can give $5 to the echoconnection.org, because we don't know how we're going to change a family's life. I mean, CBD for many of these families that are on Echo Connection has saved their children's lives. And Scott and I have met those families. And I'm telling you what, it's powerful when you meet those families. It's a life-changing experience. So with that being said, $5, $10, imagine if all of us did that, I'd be a game changer. But Randy, in honor of his birthday tomorrow, he's matching every dollar that's given to Echo Connection. He's actually matching between now and tomorrow at midnight. He's matching the dollar amount to give to Echo Connection. So I encourage you guys to donate $5 or $10. Plus, that'll increase your belief in what you have going on. Everything is like a nugget to increase your belief. All right? All right, you guys. Hopefully this has helped. I love you. We're thankful for you. God bless you. Hey, we are all about the growth process right now. I'm wanting to know how many of you have booked your HBRs. Because remember, we have that incentive going on right now for this week only. Anybody who does an HBR that has 2 or more new guests gets a free convention ticket. You guys you can't just tell us about it. You got to post it. It can't be your dog, and it can't be your cat, and it can't be your mom sitting on the couch. It's got to be 2 brand new guests that are interested in this opportunity. So thank you guys. Thanks, Connie. Have a great night. You guys, God bless you. And we'll put this out there on the social media page so you have all the list, but also just click on the videos. All right, you guys got it? Take care.